Coming up, a look into Columbia College Chicago's new president.
Connections to coffee. How one group is helping fellow students succeed.
Then, the Get Mad event utilizes exercise and piñata destruction to release anger in a healthy way.
Along with gardening and making crowns as we look forward to spring break.
Welcome to South Loop TV. I'm Adria Hedrick.
And I'm Uriel Reyes. Today we begin with news with an update on who will be taking over as Columbia's new president.
Since former President Kim's departure, the search has been on for a new president. As of Monday, we now know President-elect Shonté Bolton marks the end of that search. Formerly Executive Vice President of Georgia Tech, Bolton said in an interview with the Columbia Chronicle that she was looking forward to leading the college through a, quote, healing process, and that we will see her on campus as soon as Manifest later this semester.
It'll be great to see her then. Next, looking to study and work with fellow students, Columbia Scholars Project hosts Co-Create Cafe, a weekly study hall to aid students. Here's Cassidy Casanova with the story.
If you're looking for extra academic support, Co-Create Cafe may be the place for you. Hosted by the Scholars Project, the cafe offers a space for students to get organized and work. The Scholars Project was created as part of Columbia's Social Justice Initiative, and it aims to support students who identify as Black and Indigenous people of color, connecting them to resources and helping them identify their strengths.
Scholars Project started in 2021 as an additional support for students on campus who are BIPOC, and that's Black and Indigenous people of color. And the reason why it was started was as a part of the college's social justice initiative to provide additional support to all students with a focus on students from marginalized backgrounds. So we started Co-Create Cafe because we found that a lot of students needed support with just mirroring or body doubling when it came to getting work done. And so a lot of students have shared that they have gone to tutoring, they're going to their classes, but they just need a space to come and actually get it done together. So we created Co-Create Cafe as a way for students to come together, but also get a little refreshment because being able to have a little snack with your peers often kind of fosters that community, so students can stick around for a snack if they're hungry in the middle of the day, and then also get some stuff done together. And if they need to schedule an appointment with academic advising or with myself as their Scholars Project mentor, then they can do that here and we can discuss whatever it is they need assistance with.
On Mondays and Tuesdays from 1 to 3 p.m., students can come to 623 South Wabash to work on assignments with community.
I've been kind of, just stressed about life and what can I do to benefit myself as a person mentally and physically. And until I came here and, speaking to Chloe and all the other members of the Scholars Project, it helped me lead myself onto the right track. And that's something I'm still trying to maintain now.
The cafe is open to all students. To register, visit the events page on Engage. Reporting for South Loop TV, I'm Cassidy Casanova.
Thank you, Cassidy. I know I love to work with other people around me, so that sounds like a perfect opportunity to do so.
Adria, you're a senior, right? How stressed are you over midterms?
Decently stressed. Luckily, this week there was an event focused on channeling that negative energy into physical activity. Allie Brenneman has more on the event.
Students were invited to release their rage at Get Mad, an event hosted by Student Engagement and Leadership. The event took place here at the Loft on Tuesday, March 18th, and aimed to allow students to release stress through physical activity and therapy talks.
Our goals for this event was basically to provide a safe and fun, healthy space for people to come and vent their anger out through physical activity, fun questions, and kind of that therapy talk of getting things that they want off their chest.
Just being able to support within mental health, especially within the community and within campus. It's a lot going on, even on and off campus, so we wanted to support with De-Stress Fest and be involved in the mental health process.
The event alternated between activities that allowed students to express their emotions in a more physical way and those centered around participants talking about their anger. An activity many participants listed as a highlight was smashing a piñata full of angry letters participants had written earlier in the event.
So today at this event, I had a great time, like just in releasing all of the emotions that I had today. I didn't even know that I was really angry about a lot of things. So when we had the time to sit here and talk about it as a group, it was really relieving just to attack the piñata for one, and then just talk about what was going on with me and what I've been overthinking about for the past couple of weeks now.
So honestly, I think beating the piñata was really fun. Like, it was nice to write down like all the things that were actually frustrating me and then literally tear them up and beat the shit out of it. I don't know if I can say that, but I think like the piñata piece and like doing something physical about frustration and anger was really, really helpful.
I believe it was a very successful event. It was a great turnout. Everybody seemed to enjoy their time. Everybody that left did confirm that they did feel a lot less stressed and they had the opportunity to get mad. It was definitely great. We all enjoyed it. And I think the activities were way more surprising, and even to us when we planned it. We did not expect for it to go like this, and it was definitely a blast. So I think it was very helpful to our community and helpful to everybody on campus that joined us.
As part of De-Stress Fest, the event aims for students to leave less stressed and ready to tackle the rest of the week before spring break. This is Allie Brenneman for South Loop TV.
What a great way to get loose and blow a fuse, am I right?
You're right.
Coming up, tiaras and crowns. See what students made at this week's crown making event.
And spring break is just around the corner. Whether you're planning a tropical getaway or a staycation, we got the details on important info you need to know to make the most of it.
And later, is spring finally here to stay? Stay tuned for the 7-day forecast.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny.
Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carry naloxone. You could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
Welcome back. Now, a blast from the past. Students created and decorated medieval crowns to take a break from midterms. My co-anchor, Uriel Reyes, was on the scene with the story.
Crafting and creating with medieval themes. This is what happened with medieval crown making, which happened on the afternoon of Monday, March 17th. This event was hosted by the Society of Arts and History in the Makerspace in the second floor of Columbia Student Center. Students got the opportunity to create crowns and decorate them to their liking with materials provided. This was one of several events in De-Stress Fest, a series of events aimed to provide students with a breather for midterms and to prepare them for spring break.
I would say that the vibe is very chill right now. Everybody's a little bit tired because it's after classes, but I think everybody's getting along very great. So yeah.
The purpose of this event is for the Society of Art and History as a collaboration with De-Stress Fest, and we just wanted to do something where we can invite our art history members and just any members of the college to kind of just come and chill out and make some paper crowns with us. Why we chose this theme of using medieval crowns was we wanted to highlight the history of medieval art and specifically looking at those references, and then also just kind of a general fun practice to be having and the craft making, using more materials that are more crafting, and just kind of highlight that sector of art history.
I just needed to laugh at myself because I was really stressed with my math tests, and if I can laugh at myself, then I can get through the day.
More events like this one were underway as they wrapped up on Friday, March 22. Reporting for South Loop TV, this is Uriel Reyes. And now we continue with a reminder that spring break begins this weekend, and it begins on Monday, March 24th and ends Sunday, March 30th. And while we are on discussion of spring break, are we going to talk about how Mother Nature dashed through not one, but all 4 seasons this week?
Right? After a tumultuous week going from sun to snow, it's time to move on to what next week's weather has in store. Today, it will be partially cloudy with a high of 54 and a low of 37. Saturday will be rainy with a low of 32 and a high of 45, and that rain will continue on Sunday with a high of 48 and a low of 33. Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 42 and a low of 33, along with Tuesday, which will be partly cloudy as well, with a high of 42 and a low of 29. That partly cloudy weather will continue on Wednesday with a high of 46 and a low of 31, and Thursday, will be partly cloudy with a high of 44 and a low of 31.
Coming up next, the latest on Columbia sports teams.
And students get down in the dirt with an inside scoop on the power of botany for De-Stress Fest.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny.
Danny! Laps.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carry Naloxone. You could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
And now with an update on sports. Columbia had their De-Stress Week where different clubs and sports teams hosted events related to de-stressing and letting go of any anxiety during midterms week. On Point Ballet Club hosted Dance to De-Stress at the Dance Center on Monday, March 17th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Students were able to participate in an open ballet class where they had the freedom to stretch, dance, and meet other students. Renegades Volleyball continues their competitive-only practices every Sunday as students prepare for the upcoming volleyball competitions this season. Volleyball practices take place at the East-West Gym from 1 to 3 p.m. 9 students registered for competitive-only practice this past Sunday, March 16th. Black Wolves Basketball continues the weekly basketball open runs from 8 to 10 p.m. on Wednesdays and competitive-only practices from 1 to 3 p.m. on Sundays. A Columbia Renegades soccer team and badminton team have not currently begun their season, but you can find more information about upcoming events through the Columbia website and Engage.
Next, an event put on by Columbia Student Diversity and Inclusion allowed attendees to get their hands dirty. Here's Gerard Bogarty with more.
Chicago is infamously unpredictable. One thing is for certain: spring is just around the corner. People like to welcome spring in all sorts of ways, like going outside, maybe doing a bit of spring cleaning. Some even opt to garden. Welcome to the Green Thumb Gathering, a peer educator program hosted by Student Diversity and Inclusion.
When I was kind of spitballing event ideas with my boss, he's over there, he's that way, I was able to kind of put this together. I'm glad that people came, because I would be really sad if I had all this dirt for nothing. Yeah.
The event was held on Wednesday to help kick off spring, with activities that centered around plants and gardening, the highlight being pot decoration.
I was invited by my good friend John, and it's a really chill activity. You know, I'm not really big on planting, but it was just nice to try something new, and it was just fun to be a little artistic, painting the vases and stuff like that.
But that's not all the event had to offer. Students also got an in-depth dive into Illinois' roots, learning about the indigenous plants that call the region home, as well as the history humans have had with them over a 7,000-year period.
But the takeaway of this is these are all native plants. We talk a lot about the historical changes in our state, the historical things around our land, so we have a little bit of a info grab about what the history of native environments in Illinois are like.
So, as March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb, rest assured the only living thing that won't give you a hard time comes in a clay pot. I named mine Vern. From 618 South Wabash and for South Loop TV, I'm Gerard Fogarty.
Columbia student with social recognition. We'll be right back.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny.
Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carrying the Lock Zone, you could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
And now, with many followers on social media, Michael Kowalkowski is aiming for more. Here's Sabrina Belmonte with the story.
Being a full-time student and multi-talented creative sounds exhausting, but one Columbia student makes it look easy. This is Michael Kowalkowski, fine arts major, management minor, full-time student, part-time icon. When he's not in class, he's making ceramics like this, exhibit worthy, might I add, and not his first rodeo either. This is actually the second time his work's been featured in one of Columbia's student exhibitions. Honestly, slay. But wait, Michael doesn't stop at just clay. He also hits the stage under the name Magic Michael. Yes, those are heels, yes, that's a chair, and the crowd is living. I'm Sabrina for South Loop TV, and honestly, I think Magic Michael might be Columbia's hardest working man in showbiz.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. I mean, definitely harder working than the both of us combined.
I know.
All right, well, that comes to the end of our show. Thank you so much, everybody, and have an awesome spring break.
We'll see you next time on South Loop TV.